Welcome everyone. Today we're doing the solar eclipse reading. So I will have two piles that you can choose from. And for pile number one, we have the Akiko cologne. For pile number two, we have this is actually going to be turned into a smudge sage stick, like those feathered fans that Native Americans use to smudge sage. That's what this is going to be turned into. But for now, these are American robin wings, and so if for pile number two, it's going to be the wings of a bird. Yeah, change. Okay. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Solar eclipse. Okay, yeah, it's right. Okay. I had to make sure the title was working because at first I wasn't sure if I put it on right. So again, for pile number two, for pile one, you have, if I can get it right, the Akiko cologne. For pile number two, it's wings of a bird of the American robin. And the rune for pile number one is Wunjo. And the rune for pile number two is Theresas. Okay. With that being said, if you have picked pile number one with the Akiko cologne or the Wunjo ruin, this is your reading. So, interestingly enough, you have the introspection card, and the energy is very similar to the reading I did a few weeks ago for the April eclipse, and this card definitely came up last time for pile number one. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of introspection, like a lot of shadow work that's going to be done. And I remember doing this similar reading with the same energy for the TikTok, my fellow TikTokers that follow me on TikTok. And it was the same thing, all about doing shadow work, introspection. However, you have the Knight of Cups reversed. So it's like you're emptying out your cup again. I feel like this is more of you letting it go into the universe and not trying to re-drink the poison, And I felt with this Hermit card being reversed, it's more saying that you need to stop thinking. It's almost like we've been too focused on the healing and the purging. Now it's time to, instead of just doing it mentally and emotionally, it's time to be that energy that you've released and you've took on, like brand new energy. It's time to be that new energy that you've been asking and working towards, that you already basically, what this is saying is that you already are the energy that you've sought to seek, whether that be to be more confident, more brave, more honest, more authentic or truthful, loving, whatever it may be. You have become the energy you sought to seek, but you haven't put it into like the physical yet, and they're saying it's time to, instead of just talking about it, doing a lot of the mental and emotional aspect, it's time to be that physically. So it's time to get out of the comfort zone, and that's what this Hermit card is saying, is getting out of the comfort zone and start aligning yourself physically. Because by doing that, you'll be able to have the balance card, which is the Six of Wands in this case. So I feel, again, there is definitely a journey that's going to happen. Let's see here. Six of Pentacles reversed with benefits. And so, excuse me, for this pile, I feel like there is definitely going to be sacrifice involved, but this is like necessary sacrifice. Almost like some things that you thought that you're comfortable with. Like, say you've been using a microwave for a very long time and that microwave is gone and you don't know how to use the oven. That's what I'm that's the example I'm going to go with, because it's almost like you're going to lose some stuff. That's why I feel like this benefit card comes in for reversed. Is what I'm getting from this card is you're going to lose some stuff, but the stuff that you've lost will be for your highest good, so that way you can grow more independent, self-sufficient, self-reliant is the word I'm hearing if I'm spirit, so self-reliant, and being able to stand on your 2 feet and actually get from point A to point B. And then we have again the wound jar wound. So know that at the end of this whole transformation, you're definitely gonna feel more joyful and more money will come in the more you become self-sufficient. But let's see what ruins do you I'm gonna do my thing. I like how as soon as I said that, all these stones just flew out. You know what's funny is that out of all the runes that were faced in reverse, the Feihu rune is in reverse. So this confirms basically what I was getting at in the cards is that you're going to lose some stuff. This sounds a lot like you're gonna lose a lot of like valuables, like items that you consider valuable, like maybe that be a microwave, a TV, whatever it may be. But know that those are technically what I'm getting from Spirit is like those are wants, those are creature comforts. That's technically you don't need TV to survive. Like things like that. They're gonna take those out of your life, and it's like your spirit guides are gonna be this tough love for a minute because it's like you don't need this. We know what's best for you because you're not seeing the bigger picture. I mean, they will listen to what we have to say, but if they feel like we're not seeing the overall bigger picture, I feel like they're saying we're stepping in with love. Like, we love you, but we ain't gonna like, the word I want to say is baby. Almost like, for whoever this group and this pile, I feel like your spirit guides are very blunt, honest, and at the end of the day, they do it in a state of love. Like know that everything that they do for you, whether you don't like it or not, they've always had your best interest at heart. And that's what I'm getting from these spirit guides for pile number 1. However, with less, almost like the stuff you're gonna lose, and like it's a creature comforts and it makes me feel that way, but you're gonna start having more clarity because there'll be more room. So it's almost like, for example, for some of you, I'm seeing like maybe people moving out of your life and their stuff that they've had in your house are going to be removed almost like you're cleaning house. This is the word I want to say. You're cleaning house, whether that be physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. You're definitely cleaning house. And by cleaning house on all those levels, you're definitely going to receive clarity, more epiphanies, if you will, of like realizing why things happened between you and this other person, or between you and this job, like whatever it may be. Now, with the Hagalaz rune, I feel definitely the energy of nature's wrath. This is about nature's wrath, but it also represents hail. So I feel they're making me feel like I'm being buffeted by hail in the head. And as I'm being hit with hail, so to speak, etherically, metaphorically speaking, they're making me feel almost like a relief. So through this painful transformation, it's almost like at the end of the transformation, you're going to be reborn, so to speak, but on a like you won't be reborn as an infant, but it's almost like being reborn again on a deep cellular level, if that makes like there's definitely healing, but it's gonna be painful regardless. That you're gonna go through some turmoil and some just chaos, some trauma, but know that whatever this eclipse is gonna bring for you in the beginning, it's gonna be rough, but towards the end of this energy, because this lasts for roughly, I think, like 20 years. It lasts for a pretty long minute, and I don't remember how. I know some believe it's 8, I believe some believe it's 10. I personally believe for this one and what I'm getting from Spirit that this is going to last for 20 years because of how deeply this has affected the Spirit. And yeah, it's almost like you're back to what I was saying. It's like it's gonna be rough for the beginning portion of this, but towards the end of this energy for this eclipse, you're gonna be so like at the top of the world. It's like money's not gonna be a problem for you. That's definitely what I'm seeing. You're gonna be more strong and more confident in yourself, and you'll have more clarity. That's pretty much all that I'm picking up. I will say there is a message for those for Pal One. If you have been struggling financially, know that you are struggling, but do not worry so much about your finances because they got your back. Like you're not gonna work. Don't I feel like some of you might be worrying about food or paying bills. Know that that is being divinely handled. Like you got backup, to so to speak. You're not gonna be jobless. You're not gonna be homeless. You're not gonna suffer like that, but you will be financially, I guess the word is strained. You will be strained. Your pocket, you won't have room for you to spend in excess. But let's see, what do the planets have to speak? Spirits of Sun, Moon, Stars, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. What do you have for us? Zodiacal and planetary angels, I invoke you and summon you. What message do you have for us collectively? Okay, so what's interesting is we have the Aries ruin, upon number 1, and we have the Sagittarius ruin. So there is a lot of fire for this particular reading for pile number 1. So this is definitely saying, confirming to me that whoever's in this pile, they're go-getters, they're motivators, they're not ones to kind of just sit around and wait for things to happen. And this is just re-emphasizing that you're gonna have to go out and do the work. It's not just gonna be handed to you. And maybe for some people in this pile, um, maybe well, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say this because I don't want to come off as rude. But the it's like it's I know this is the not the best analogy, but it's what's coming to my peripheral from spirit. They're showing me someone with a golden spoon in their mouth, right? And they're saying that this is the collective for so long. They would whine and complain, da da da. But now that you've asked for all these things, changes collectively. Now, as we're doing it, it's almost like there's even more complaining. But they're saying, you're being fed that which you've asked for, and so I don't think spirit is like, how do I want to put this? It makes me feel like spirit is not messing around. We've collectively, for this is for pile one, waiting for the collective for pile one. It's more so you've asked for this, and it's almost like you thought it was going to go one way, right? It's almost like because I'm guilty of this too, mind you, where it's like we think it's going to go one way, but spirit goes the other way, and that's what they're saying is do not expect it to go your way. It's going to go spirit's way, but spirit's way is going to be the highest. Like they're doing it with your highest good in mind, and they just want you to utilize your inner fire, your motivation, your passion to help get things done. Spirit can only meet you halfway. You cannot expect spirit to come into physical because spirit is spirit. It's not physical. And that's basically what they're saying is that yes, you've put in all this work, you've done in the introspection, that's great, but know that you still got to put in the work as well. And I think that's a lovely reminder, not just for Pile One, but for us as a collective, that we've been asking for change. We have been asking for a better world, world peace, whatever it may be, and we're it's like spirit is bringing the energy and the whatever is necessary from the external port. It's bringing what we need to help us create that change. But if we're not, it sounds like they're saying, if you're not putting in the change yourself, like the phrase "walk the walk as you talk." I think that's the phrase. That's what this reading is. So it's like you've done all the spiritual, mental, and emotional healing, part number one, but you're needing to embody that physically, like walking the walk, if that makes any sense. But that's basically what I'm getting for pile number one. Now I'm going to switch for pile number two. For pile number two, if you've chosen the wings of the American Robin, or if you've chosen the Theresa's Ruin, this is your pile. Now, the American Robin, I actually looked up the spirit animal for this and its meaning. And overall, it symbolizes friendship, community, freedom. And freedom is the strongest vibe I'm getting from these. It's like this pile number two, you yearn for freedom, you yearn to be released from your limiting beliefs. But with the Theresa, it's like your limiting beliefs have become a thorn. And it's like no matter how hard you try, it's almost like you're still got so much shadow that you have to deal with. And I think for this pile, the fact that your main card is the inner child is getting this thing that the answers lie within the inner child, within your childhood trauma. That's why you've been having so many issues with manifesting things. So if anyone has been struggling with manifestation, with trying to manifest wealth, abundance, love, whatever it may be, there's some childhood trauma that is definitely resisting the manifestation. There's some stuff that's not been healed with, but I feel that you're definitely going to heal that. Because the Ace of Cups, there's the Empress card reversed, but with the Ace of Cups upright, that is definitely saying that you are definitely healing. To me, anyway. Now, the Empress card reversed, I feel the Empress card to me is always someone of authority and dominion. But in this case, I'm feeling almost like you're surrendering your authority and your dominion of your life to the universe. It's like, all right, universe, I know that I'm not in control technically over my life. I know that there's a higher power or God, whoever, that God that has pulls the string, so to speak, is here. It's in your hands. It's like you're definitely putting faith and trust and healing. However, it's very interesting because I'm going to leave a comment with the link to the TikTok video that I did, because I just did a video for the collective on my TikTok channel, and the energy in the messages are super similar and to the one I did for TikTok. So I'll leave that one as well, so that we all can enjoy that one as well. Because it's interesting because the judgment card came up, I think, for Paul too into TikTok reading. So it's very interesting, and in the same position. So, oh, I see. Hello, SK. And hello, Mary Sweetie. Um, SK, this is not a live stream where I do questions answered. This is more of a pick a pile reading. So I actually will be on what time is it? 3? I will be on here at 7 p.m. So if you which it's 3:43 my time. So it'll once it hits 7 p.m. my time, I will be on here live again to do more of a generating, and whoever comes on will come on, and I'll do questions answered, in the order they've been received. Anyway, so back to pile number 2. Again, I feel like you're healing. You're definitely releasing stuff, but the Judgment card comes reversed with the Justice card as well reversed. So I feel like almost like there's definitely something that you're refusing to admit or face. And if you do not, and I just feel like this, like, no, I don't want to vibe. So there's something you're not really facing, truly facing. And if you do not face this, there's definitely there's going to be this stunted growth. I feel very stunted. So there's something, but let me ask the cards to gain clarity on what exactly are they not facing, because this Justice card and the Judgment card for me, this is just again that energy of like there's a choice that you had to make, but it's like you haven't made this choice. But I want clarity. What is the choice that they're making? They told me to use the other cards. I'm going to use these cards like they instructed. Okay, so what is the thing? What is the choice? Because you keep talking about this choice, this judgment. There's definitely a meant higher self reverse. So it's some stuff that in the physical world that almost the vibe from this card is like they don't need to tell you. You already kind of know what exactly it is that they need, what they mean by that. Okay. Yeah, and the creation card. Maybe this is a choice on something that you're trying to create. It could be, for example, you have always wanted to create your own book, or seeing cards for some of you, so maybe tarot cards or whatnot. And I'm seeing candles. So maybe you're someone that wants to create an item or a product, and you've been putting it off. Well, your higher self is saying, go ahead and effing create it. Okay? Almost like you've been, I was just saying, the limiting beliefs card comes up. So it's almost like your limiting beliefs were stopping you from making the choice to create whatever it is you're trying to create, and thus creating an imbalance in your life. So they're letting you know that you need to go ahead and create it. It's definitely time to start putting the groundwork, seeing a blueprint. So it's like start putting the blueprint together and create this already, because you're going to be divinely guided to the right people. You're going to get the assets you need, the funds you're going to need to make this item, or I don't know. It's not necessarily an item, but I'm seeing a lot of like products. So maybe you're someone that, excuse me, wants to create, and the fact that I'm burping so much means that there's definitely release that's happening. So there's, yeah, something you're definitely, it sounds like you want to create, and it's almost like you've been holding yourself back because almost like you believe that you're not good enough to create it, but no, you are definitely good enough. You have all the tools, the knowledge, the wisdom. It's just a matter of giving birth to it. And once you give birth to it, it definitely sounds like you will create a better life for yourself, is what it seems to be. But let's see what ruins come through. For pile number 2. Palindu Sukha, Palindu Sukha, Palindu Sukha, Undakata, Undakata, Undakata. I'm Bhakti, Kal, Purundan, Varanti, Kal, Purundan, Varanti. Interesting. Yeah, this is confirming what I was picking up for pawn number 2. Yeah, there's definitely growth, but it's like that choice. You have like almost like something that you've been trying to create, but you've been holding yourself back because you were afraid that if you went for it, you it wouldn't turn out the way that it was. Like you thought that if you did it, you wouldn't grow, even though how do I explain this? It's like I'm going to use myself as an example. It's like for me, I'm trying to give birth to this, say, an oracle card deck, right? But in order for me to do that, I need to stop hesitating and instead just have trust and faith that it's going to work out and then it's going to grow and it's going to be fruitful, and that's what I feel like, almost like you were worried that it was not going to be fruitful, but they want you to know that it will grow. Ingus is always the rune of growth, common sense. So your design or your product or whatever it is you're trying to create does have sense. It does make logical physical sense. So know that that which you've asked or wanting to create will manifest because it makes logical sense. But it's also something that's at the heart that will touch people at the hearts of their homes. So you might see your product in everyone's home. I don't know. Know that it will be successful, whatever it is you're trying to create, because the rune of Sawilla comes forward too. So you're definitely your path is divinely guided. And then the Geba rune, which is give and receive. So you're definitely going to need to work with some other individuals to create this reality. You're not going to be alone. You will have the support. You will be divinely guided to those that are going to assist you on your journey. And then the energy of harmony and balance as well. Now let's see, what do the planets have to say? What do the zodiacal and the planetary angels have to say? Here's another one. There it is. Okay. So we got the moon card, and then we got this card, not card, a rune, the Saturn stone, and then the Sagittarius. So I'm definitely feeling Hecate vibes from the moon, and then the Saturn energies Chronos. And the vibe I'm getting from them is they're looking at me and they're giving me this vibe of like, tell them this is confirmation that what they've done as far as the healing, the cutting cords, everything that they have done for the highest vibration of good. I'm seeing a lot of people doing spells and energy work, positive for the collective, and I'm seeing negative too. Like there are some ones know that they have been successfully heard, and they will be orchestrated in accordance to the divine. Like if it's not necessary, almost like our petitions have been heard, right? Now what they're doing is they're processing our petitions, that which we've asked for and put forth on this eclipse, but know that it's going to take some time because they have to sit over each one and look at the cause and the effect, how it's going to affect the timeline of the collective as well as the individual. So there's some stuff that's going to happen in May, June. So we won't see it till halfway in June before that which we manifest will come into reality. But know that the Sagittarius, that you'll definitely see it in the stars before you'll see it in the physical. So know that I'm hearing pay attention to your progression chart. Your progression chart will let you know when that which you've asked for will come to pass. And they want you to know that we do not play favorites. I'm hearing the words, we do not play favorites when it comes to any particular soul. We do this accordingly to the laws of existence itself and the balance of the universe and all that is. They do it like on a higher scale. So know that everything will be done for its highest vibrational good, collectively and individually. So I guess this is confirmation that whatever we've spells and stuff we've done, it's definitely saying boom, yeah. So sounds like overall for the collective, we've got some big changes coming, and they're all overall it's going to be for our highest good. But for some of us, it may take longer, and some of us that may like it. It definitely sounds like what we did, whatever we're doing, is we're on the right path. It definitely sounds like we're on the right path, but it's they had like several messages for each path. So anyway, I hope that this resonated with kisses, hugs, and love to all of you beautiful, amazing souls. Magical blessings. Until next time.